Reoccurring tasks has always been a highly sought after feature by Notion users. And now, with the recent release of the Notion API and with the help of Automate.io, that dream is now reality. I'm Nikki Davidson, and I'm a social media manager, photographer, and self described Notion nerd. I have been playing around with the Notion API for the past few days. Nothing else has gotten done. I have been obsessed with it. And one of the tasks that I really wanted to accomplish was creating a bot that allows me to have reoccurring tasks in my task database. And I have finally figured it out. As you can see here, I have my database set up. I have my done checkbox, my due date, task name, and the frequency, which will be daily task. Inside the entry, we have two properties that are very important to our bot: created time and last edited. Now let's go create our bot. I'm going to open up automate.io, create a bot. Our trigger app is going to be Notion. We're going to tell it to search for updated items in our task database, created time, last edited. We're going to have it filtered out tasks that are marked as done. So click page done equals true. If the box is checked, it's true. If it's unchecked, it's false. We're going to filter it further and tell it to choose our daily task frequency. So page frequency equals, I'm just going to copy and paste to make sure that I got it exactly right. Now we're going to format our date and time on this new entry. Go to Formatter, Format Date. Our date and time is going to be start date field. Leave auto detect. We're going to tell it to format using the standard format. And I'm going to select, my time zone, which is Eastern. Now we're going to tell it to create this entry in Notion, add an item to our task database. Our due date, we're going to go down here to our formatter. We're going to click down in output fields. We're going to click formatted date and drag that over to start date. Now this is very important because we're going to now tell Notion that I want you to set this new entry to be 24 hours from the old entry. So format date and time, make sure you have a space in between. And we're going to hit plus 1D for day. Leave end date empty. Frequency, this is a daily task, just like our original. And we want it to have the same page name just as the original. Okay, everything looks good. Let's save. We're going to turn on our bot. I'm going to go back to my task database and check off the dones. Go back to my bot and test it out. It's checked for the checkboxes. It's checked for daily task. It's now formatting the date. It's now adding the item. And we're done. Congratulations, your bot is all good. Let's go back to our task database, and there you have your new entries. Now you might notice that something's just a little bit off here, our time zone. Now you saw me set it to Eastern Standard Time, but it keeps returning the due date in Universal Time. I have tried this so many times, and it keeps coming back as Universal Standard. I've tried different formats, but this is what happens. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to reach out to Automate.io and find out if this is a glitch on their end or on Notion's end. Not sure what's going on here. But I have a workaround, and we love workarounds in Notion, right? Okay, I'm going to make sure that this isn't user error, and as you can see, target time zone, US Eastern. So I'm going to go over here to my start date, and behind my +1D for add 1 day, I'm also going to enter a space and tell it to add 4 hours plus 4H. All right, I'm going to go back to my task database, delete these new entries, uncheck my old entries, save, and let's try this again. Back, mark these as completed. I'm done. Check for updated page items. All right, there you have it. It's worked again. It's added the new entries. And this time it has them set for tomorrow at 12 p.m. UTC, which will be the equivalent of 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, our first bot was for daily tasks. Let's go back to our bot list. I never changed the name of this. So we're going to change this to daily tasks. I'm going to clone my bot. So down here you see daily task clone. And let's rename this to monthly tasks. So our monthly task bot is going to be mostly set up the same as our daily task bot. Instead of daily tasks, we want to look for monthly tasks. And we're going to change that again. Down here, we're going to change our frequency to monthly task. Now, in our formatted date and time, because this is a monthly task, we're going to change 1 day to 30. Our monthly bot has worked, and now we have a new entry for June 14th. And I'm going to filter this so it doesn't show me the completed task. I also have a couple of other views. We can check out our today view. We've completed everything there. A calendar view, we can see all the tasks that we've completed today, what's due for tomorrow, and what's due for next month. So that was it. Honestly, I feel like that was a fairly simple process. Once you start practicing in Automate.io, or if your preference is Zapier, building these bots are going to go by so fast. You're just going to be creating bot after bot after bot, just like I have. So these are all the bots that I've been working on. We got some Google Calendar bots, some email bots. Yeah, so I've been going nuts in Notion, basically. But as you can see, I have been creating a lot of bots with a lot of steps, which means a lot of future videos coming your way. And if you found this video useful, please consider giving it a like. And if you want to see all these amazing automations that I've set up for my own Notion, please subscribe. Thanks for joining me today, and happy building in Notion.